Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Gonzalez. I am a licensed IRS enrolled agent. For some of you who do not know what that is, basically it's a license that is earned by the IRS after passing a series of three-part exam. I've been an enrolled agent for roughly a little over 10 years. I've also obtained my bachelor's degree in accounting from the College of Staten Island. I'm currently a grad student at Florida Atlantic University in the process of completing my master's degree in taxation. In the course of 11 years, while taxes has been my passion, specific areas of taxation have sort of draw more my attention. Specifically, that's in areas of international taxation as well as uh, taxes relating to estates and trusts and gifts and wealth transfer taxes. To balance out the knowledge aspect of estates and trust taxation, I've also found an interest in elder law. So having an understanding in elder law along with the understanding of estates and trusts has sort of given me a well-rounded understanding in the areas of elder law and estate planning. I found this area to be very, very interesting. One, obviously, as I mentioned, it gives me an opportunity to allow me to integrate what I know in taxes as well as integrate my knowledge in elder law into one. The second aspect too is I find the areas of estate planning to be very interesting. It parallels a lot with what I already do as an accountant. You know, knowing the rules is one aspect of it, but being able to apply those rules in a real world setting is another aspect to that. And a lot of that is done through tax planning, okay? And, you know, what's the best time to do tax planning? Towards the end of the year. Why? Because a lot of the stuff that has happened throughout the year has already happened, and B, you want to see, okay, what do I need to do in order to minimize my tax liability? So planning has always been an integral part as far as what I do as an accountant. So elder law also incorporates the same methodology in terms of planning because you also have to know how the rules are played, but you also have to be able to apply those rules to specific client situations in order for individuals to pay the least amount of legal fees and taxes possible. That in itself is an art. That is an area of what drew me into elder law. The other thing too is, and as I segue and I develop more videos in this, elder law also incorporates long-term care planning. And as you well know, the cost of healthcare is skyrocketed over the years, and it's only going to get much, much worse until, you know, the government does something to sort of control the cost of healthcare. And, you know, healthcare affects all walks of life, but there are those that are probably the most vulnerable, and the people that are most vulnerable are your elderly people. Okay, why is that? Because a lot of things happen the older you get, right? You know, the older you get, you start to get, you know, high blood pressure, hypertension, and a whole slew of other things that relate to the maintenance of your own health. So the most vulnerable are people that are, you know, much more older, more your elderly people, and whatnot. Um, you know, you know, the reality of the matter is the cost of long-term care is just through the roof, though. Okay, and you know, the ability to be able to plan for that, okay, so that you're not liquidating all of your assets that you've worked all your years for, to have the ability to be able to transfer those assets when you want it, how you want it, to who you want it, with as least legal fees and taxes as possible, okay, is also a component of long-term care planning, okay? Who wants to work 70, 80 years of your life, build everything that you have built, and now it gets poof, it all dissipates and disappears because of the cost of healthcare, and then you leave absolutely nothing to your kids or next of kin for that matter. It's a complete disaster. So long-term care planning, estate planning, it's a very, very important area. It's definitely an area that's not going to go away, and it's something that people definitely have to be more and more informed on, especially the older they get. And again, when it comes to estate planning and elder law planning, it's not just for those that are, you know, are much more older in life. It can happen to anyone in life, though. Anyone can benefit in having a will. Anyone can benefit having a trust. Anyone can benefit by having power of attorneys available, okay? And as we segue through these different videos and series of videos, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, a word of caution, elder law estate planning is not, you know, there's no how should I word it this way? There's no such thing as a one size fits all plan. Okay? If you want me to sit here and I don't know you from a hole in the wall and say this is what you need or that's what you need, that is not what estate planning and other law is about. Okay? It's the same thing when it comes to a client's return. I cannot sit there without actually knowing the client's background and say, you're going to get a refund, you're going to owe money, you're going to get a refund. It doesn't work that way. Every situation and circumstance is very different. Same thing when it comes to elder law. Some form of planning might be appropriate for some people, and that same plan may not work for the other people. So there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all plan. Believe me, with the stuff that I've learned in this area, this stuff gets very complicated, it gets very convoluted very fast. And if you don't know what you're doing, this could lead yourself into a disaster and a financial conundrum that could have been easily avoided. With that said, here's my disclaimer. I am not an attorney. I'm not qualified to practice law. I am not qualified to give legal advice. And all of these videos that I create do not create an attorney-client privilege, do not create legal advice in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Again, I'm not licensed as an attorney. I'm not licensed to give any type of legal advice. The purpose of these videos are strictly for informational and educational purposes only. Again, this area when it comes to elder law and estate planning is very complicated, and there's no one-size-fits-all plan. Okay? If you are looking to do any type of estate planning, any type of elder law planning, my sincere, responsible recommendation is speak to a licensed elder law attorney in your area of jurisdiction, okay? Because taking these videos at face value and trying to apply to your own situation is a very dangerous thing. It's not something that I recommend, okay? I haven't been to law school, but again, I've had a lot of interest in elder law. I study it, I read it, and I may know a thing or two, but I don't have the legal training to be able to sit there and give someone legal advice though. So again, this video is nothing more than just for educational, informational purposes only. Enjoy. Perhaps you'll learn a thing or two, but always before doing anything or executing anything, please speak to a licensed elder law attorney in your area of jurisdiction. Thank you and have a good day.